Good evening, Madam Roy back once again. Almost late, but still technically on time. It's still 8 o'clock. Hang on a second. I am feeling much better tonight, though I still think I am coming down with something. Excuse me. Shouldn't show you that gross part. Let's see, who do we got here? Well, it's so funny. We went from 11 watchers, 6 watchers, 9 watchers. Eric goes, I need to remember to switch over. I'm currently watching a junkyard Jeep build off. LOL. Cool. I'm not going to read Nick Roberts' one, but you guys can read it if you want. He's under the weather at the moment. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully, you feel better. I know a few people that have that particular condition, and I know it's not fun when it flares up. We got Pup Dog wants to know how I am. Well, I am doing very well. I actually went out with my buddy Jeff today. Had to take him to an appointment. Went over to a couple of the thrift stores in over in Norfolk, and he took me to one I didn't even know was there. I can't remember the name of it now. I'm telling you, my mind is totally shot. But anyway, I got a few items, just a couple of monitors, and not really that much. It's interesting because this time of year is usually when I start getting a lot of the bigger items, like the towers, monitors, the kind of stuff that you guys like to see. But it's slow in coming this year. I think people haven't gotten their taxes back yet. Usually that's when the flood of all the stuff comes into the thrift stores. If I remember the name of that thrift store, actually, let me look it up real quick. Let's see if I can find it. It's one I didn't even know existed. Good Mojo. Good Mojo, it's called. There are quite a few of them there, too. Believe it or not, in our area, we have a plethora of thrift stores. It's funny because a lot of you guys, especially those of you in New Zealand, tell me you don't have a lot of thrift stores. The ones that you do have aren't that great. Well, not here. I'm kid you not. In our area alone, I'm gonna pick a city. In this case, Norfolk, which is fairly close to where I live. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18 thrift stores in that one city. And you got to remember where I live within 20 miles of about 10 different cities. So I would say on average, each city probably has 10 thrift stores. Multiply that with well over 100 thrift stores within about a 30 or 40-mile radius of where I live. So you guys don't have to worry. I don't have any shortage of products coming in here. Usually, it's just the hardest part that I have is actually getting to those thrift stores to pick up the items. It's just, takes a lot of time and a lot of gas, unfortunately. What is your, Charlie Lipinski, what is your opinion on an LG G5 for T-Mobile? I've heard they're solid phones, very good cameras on the LG G5s, pretty much the entire G line. T-Mobile is an excellent company. Never can't really say anything bad about them. They used to be kind of like a second tier provider, but that's not the case anymore. Now that they absorbed a lot of the smaller ones, I'm trying to think which one was it, Alltel or something. A couple of smaller companies got absorbed by T-Mobile, and they were able to expand their network. So yeah, they're a really good company, and that's a decent phone. Yeah, I know the G5 is technically an outdated phone, but depending on how much you pay for it, it still can be a good phone. Heck, I know some people still rocking Samsung Galaxy S3s and S4s, and they still work pretty well. Pup Dog wants to know what computer I'm using right now. I'm using my Dell XPS 8700. Eric said, I'm starting to feel better from what I texted you about earlier. Honestly, Eric, I haven't even had a chance to look at that message. I literally, this was a day that I devoted to helping my friend out. You know, we have to do that sometimes in life. And you know what? That's the wrong thing to say. We get to do that. You know, the good Lord puts people into our lives to help, and we help them out. And yes, a benefit of helping them out is we usually get blessed in one way or another in our lives. Now, we may not actually see that for a while, but it happens. You know, no good deed goes unrewarded. Now, there's another saying that goes there, but I'm not gonna say that. But that was what I did today. So I apologize, Eric. I really haven't had a chance to read your message. I'll go ahead and do that later. I know I don't want to keep certain things private on this channel. Let me go grab my water real quick because I could tell my mouth's getting dry as we speak. It actually gave me a chance to grab something that I did pick up at Dollar Tree today, and I find this is a lot more interesting than the few monitors I got at the thrift store. Dollar Tree had these in. These are all-in-one home office kits. Check it out, guys. Isn't that pretty cool? It says there are 100 pieces in here, including an ultra sharp stainless steel 8.5-inch scissor, which I opened one already. This is what it looks like. Decent quality, stainless steel. The handles are a little cheapish, but I actually tried cutting with it, and the blades are actually really, really sharp. I was pleasantly surprised. Let's see, what did I do with the rest of it? I know I put it here somewhere. Oh, well, I guess we're just going to have to open up the other one. Ha, 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 ha. But opening this up, you can see the first thing is the scissors. Came in this nice little package there. I'll let you guys see that for a second. And the rest of it came in this here. I'm dropping everything. Got a letter opener, which is pretty cool. Cheap little plastic thing, but it'll get the job done. That is not a knife. That's a letter opener. I don't know how many are in here, but push pins, or what are they? Push pins, I guess you would call these. You can kind of or tacks. Tacks is the other word. A little utility knife. Nothing super fancy, but good for cutting things if you need to. Boy, I just noticed I really got my arm dirty for some reason. Stapler remover. Pretty cool there. I don't know the quality of this, though. Seems all right. And then a whole bunch of little tiny paper clips. So, again, for $1, I can't really complain. I have to say that was actually a pretty good deal. Pup Dog wants to know what was the main problem with the old Ford F-250. Rot, and a lot of it. Eric Brunhammer said, I was going through some major stomach trauma from eating too much at lunch. That's your body's natural reaction to tell you you shouldn't be eating that way. No, but seriously, I find I can't even eat like I used to anymore. I used to be able to go to a buffet and pretty much make the place go bankrupt. We're talking 5, 6, 7, 8 plates stacked this high, maybe, and I can't eat that way anymore. I could physically get sick if I tried. You see this? I actually bought them a new scratching post at Dollar Tree, and they're both trying to go at it. Baxter? Well, I guess Milo won. I tell you, Milo is definitely the alpha cat, and Baxter is the beta cat. What you doing? You want to come say hi? Come here, Mike. I might be able, if you guys want to see, I might be able to trick him over with these. Come on. Want to come over and say hi? Come here. Come on. Ooh, come say hi, Mike. Come say hi, Milo. What you doing, bud? What you doing? Gonna be bashful? Show everybody that face. Isn't he a good boy? Good boy, Milo. Oh, he sees Baxter. As soon as he sees Baxter, he vamooses. So we'll continue here. Charlie Lipinski said, I used to get 15 to 20 plates at the all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet. Wow, you must have had the metabolism to handle that, because if I ate that much, I'd probably be 600 pounds. Oh, one other thing I forgot to show you that came in this kit was a little roll of tape there, which I think is kind of pointless. I mean, it is nice. Hang on a second. It's actually the clear tape. It's not like the Scotch tape. It's more like the packing tape. I don't know if my webcam will focus that well on it, but again, if you see them at your Dollar Tree, I'd highly recommend picking them up, because heck, if you bought the stuff individually, like at Office Max, probably cost you $5 or $10. So saving quite a bit of money in the long run. Michael Laforte, today's my birthday. Well, happy birthday, Michael. Hope you had something really, really good to eat. I know on my birthday, I like to go to this place called Freemason Abbey. I'll give you guys a fun fact about this place. It's in Norfolk, Virginia, not Norfolk, England. And I went there for my birthday because I actually heard about it on the Rush Limbaugh show, which I do listen to Rush Limbaugh. I don't care. I don't want to hear comments whether you like him or not. This is just a fun fact about something that I found out about him. But anyway, when we went to Freemason Abbey, they sat us in this table at the top. It was a big round table. It's towards the back, towards the kitchen, actually, so you can get the nice smells coming from the kitchen to make you even more hungry. And as we were leaving, I had mentioned that I heard that Rush Limbaugh ate there, and they said, yeah, you sat at his table. Apparently, at the Freemason Abbey, Rush Limbaugh has his own table, and that's actually where we sat. I thought that was really, really funny. Let's see how many people I lose after saying his name. I think I actually gained a few. Wow. Pup Dog asks, do you find good cameras at thrift shops? It's hit and miss. Usually what I'll find at thrift stores are things like point and shoot cameras, but you can even find good ones of those. About a year ago, I picked up a waterproof Olympics Coolpix. It was an ELF. It was an ELF camera. And I got that for about $8, and that was like a 13 megapixel camera that actually filmed full HD 1080p videos. I actually need to dig that out. I'd like to use that for a couple of videos coming soon. Michael Laforte says, I like going to Peking too. So do I. That is one of my favorite places down in off of Cedar Road. You guys may not know it, but it's a really good Chinese place. So I'll tell you something about Peking too. They stopped making their own dumplings. That is the biggest mistake they ever made. I asked them behind the counter why they stopped doing that, and they said it was just a time thing. And yeah, I get it. Dumplings take a long time to make. But they were really good. Oh my gosh, some of the best dumplings I ever had. Now they're buying the ones from Dollar Tree, and they're just awful. I mean, it's not that I'm going to stop going there, but when I go there, I'm just not going to order the dumplings anymore. And they had the best, and you can get them two ways. You can get them either fried or steamed, and I would always get them steamed because that's just the way I liked them. Mom and Dad, they always loved fried dumplings. Just really a shame that they decided to cheap out that way. And I even mentioned to the lady behind the counter, I said, well, why don't you do this? You have somebody coming in to the prep cook coming in the morning to prep the food anyway. Just have him prep the dumplings when he comes in the morning, or better yet, right after you guys close or an hour before you close, take the chef, if it's a slow night, have him prep a whole bunch of dumplings for the next day, or heck, prep them for the entire week. I would rather have week-old dumplings that they made than to eat the frozen crap that they're trying to pull it off now. I mean, it is that bad. It is disgusting. Eric Brunhammer says, we went to a hibachi in Charlottesville, Virginia on our way back, and they were better than that one by us in Delaware. Yeah, they have some pretty good food. Is that Charlottesville? I've been there a couple of times. Yeah, Thomas Jefferson's house, Monticello. They had some good restaurants there. We don't have a great hibachi like in my immediate vicinity, but talking about Norfolk, there's a really good one off of 21st Street called Katana. And it's one of those ones that's like the entertainment, the Japanese entertainment. You actually sit and you sit at this table, and in the middle of the table the chef is there, and he actually cooks. He does like that kind of stuff. He does the entertainment, and he cooks it right in front of you. Really, really good. Just avoid the soup. They have this soup that is absolutely tasteless. You back? Meow meow. Meow meow. Hey buddy. Hey bud, you want to come up? You want to come up, say hi, Milo? He's going under the bed. Tickle, 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 tickle. He's being a real stinker tonight. Reviews for noobs. I got a really nice waterproof Sanyo camera once for $15. Only needed a charger. Films really nice video, but only 640 by 480. So VGA resolution. See him going back there. He's a riot, this cat, I swear. Michael Laforte asks, what is the best barbecue you ever had? Okay. Being from this era, I assume he's referring to pork barbecue. And the best I've ever had is the one that my mother makes and that I, to a lesser extent, make. Basically, what it is we get a pork shoulder or pork butt, whatever one's on sale. We cook it, slow cook it in the crock pot, and then we use George's. It's a Carolina barbecue sauce called George's barbecue sauce, and we put a little bit of that on there. Oh, it's so good. One of my favorites. Mr. Jimmy asks, Matt, do you like KFC and watermelon? I like watermelon. Love watermelon in the summer. I don't eat fast food anymore. So, I mean, when I used to eat KFC, it was okay. It was just something to eat. The only fast food restaurant that I go to, and I struggle to call this fast food, it's called Freddy's. Steak burgers and frozen custard. And I go there every once in a while, maybe once a month, and I get the Freddy's steak patty melt, which is two steak burger patties, very thin ones with onions, onions, mushrooms, and cheese, American cheese. It comes with Swiss cheese, but I ask for American cheese. And I get that with onion rings and the Freddy's custard for dessert, and it is so good. If you have never heard of Freddy's, I wouldn't be surprised because it's actually a regional company. I think they started in Texas, and they just started opening a few in the Carolinas, and they opened the first Freddy's in Virginia, luckily in our area. Get down. Look at this. Look at this, tuber. I mean, look where Milo is. You guys see this? He's on top of my XPS 8300. Milo, what are you doing? You're being naughty, baby. Milo, come on. What do you say? Should I let him stay up there? He's not really doing any harm. I just don't want him getting hair in the computer. You know, it's on, so woo! Power supply could easily suck up some of the cat fur. What's up?
That was the Gene, and then Peter got on with me, and
you know I'm in the middle of a live stream, right? You can come in and talk if you want.
Sorry, I forgot.
Come on in and say hi. Come on.
Here I was. Forgot it was 8 o'clock.
She forgot it was in the live stream. Here's Mom.
Hello. Totally forgot.
You don't want to tell me it now?
Or no, that's all right. I want to
something
get
private.
Into it. Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Kind of. All right. Sorry about that. Sorry for the interruption, guys. And girls.
She forgot I was doing the live stream. I-36 goes, I went to Panda Express Chinese last week and it was gross. I have to agree with you. I have a friend of mine that drags me there every once in a while when we get together. and I just can't stomach it. Their noodles, or what we would call lo mein, they call noodles, and what we would call fried rice, just call rice. And to me, they're both tasteless. I would get more out of eating a piece of cardboard than I would that. Stuff is just totally tasteless. I am sorry, guys. My throat is so dry again. Let me take another sip here. Much better. Chow mein, Jonathan Grill says, chow mein, hot and sour soup is good. Yeah, chow mein can be pretty good. Depends on where you get it. I used to make my own here. Hot and sour soup is my favorite of the Asian soups. Pretty much, I'm bundling in Chinese, Japanese, Thai, Mongolian, all that food. Hot and sour is my favorite. And probably my second favorite would be the Thai wonton soup, which is really, really good. And the main difference is in Thai wonton soup, they use, what is it called? The Spanish parsley. I'll think of it here in a minute. Come on, help me out, guys. What is that Spanish parsley called? I'll think of it in a minute. But anyway, cilantro. Thank you, Eric. Cilantro. That's the main difference between the Thai version of wonton soup and the Chinese version. The Chinese version uses a lot of other spices. I don't know what it is, honestly. Eric Brunhammer says, my nose has been stuffed since we got back from Virginia. Finally broke down and got some Aleve cold and sinus. That stuff works pretty good. I actually like the Theraflu. And now what's really nice, you can actually get the Theraflu in the K-Cup pods, believe it or not. Put everything in those pods now. So I'm going to pick some of those up. So whenever I feel a cold coming on, just pop one of those in a Keurig, get into a nice, comfortable pair of jeans, sit back in bed, sip it, and watch some Night Court. Jonathan Grinnell asks, Matt, do you still have your old Dell speakers from the early YouTube days? I'm not sure which ones you're referring to. The only Dell speakers I'm using are the ones that are on that TV right there. And I jerry-rigged those in 4-channel stereo mode. You can see the subwoofer for it is right there. And then I have the 2 mid-range speakers, or the 2 left and right channel, the mid speakers. And then the other 2 are up on the bookshelf there. Yeah, they're still there. Mainly because the built-in TV speakers right nowadays are garbage, especially since they went to LED TVs. No, Sonic Wang, I will not be doing a ghost pepper challenge. I like spicy food, but not that spicy. I already did that, I think, but if not, happy birthday to Michael Laforte. I swear I did that before, but anyway, happy birthday shout out. Mr. Jimmy says he's been sub to me since 2012. I'm not surprised. I know you've been following my channel for many years. Scott Keeley goes, Panasonic and Sony has good sound, although you have to pay out the wazoo for them. That's true. Actually, I could kick myself because I went to a Goodwill a couple weeks back and they had a 42-inch Panasonic plasma TV, an old school plasma from around 2006, 2007. And it was in good shape. Came on, didn't have any lines in it or anything. And they wanted like $53 for it. And at the time, I thought that was overpriced. But after talking to a few people, and they told me how good those were, they said I should have snapped it up. I don't think it was 1080p. It was probably 720p, in other words, not full HD. but I probably could have used that for my vintage video games consoles, and I think it actually would have worked really well. I think what I'll do when I head down that way, maybe in the next couple of days, I'll go ahead and see if it's still there, and if it is, I might go ahead and pick that up because honestly, I'm starting to realize that would actually been a pretty good buy for the price. Eric Brunhammer asks, any ideas for ham steaks in the crock pot not involving cabbage or pineapple? Yeah, and it's kind of a weird one. Bear with me on this. Take the ham steaks. Now you have to put some kind of broth in there. You can use vegetable broth or chicken broth, what have you. I mean, you can even mix up the pork broth. Throw in some raisins and some prunes. I'm not kidding you. I mean, I've actually heard about this being done. Raisins and prunes, and maybe some apple slices, and slow cook that until they become almost like a paste. And then that actually turns into the glaze that you put on the ham, and then throw it in your air fryer for about 5 minutes and let it caramelize. And that to me would be a really good ham. Just a quick idea. And I have seen something similar. I think it was done with the prunes, but without the raisins. But to me, you have to have you want a little bit more variety than that. So I don't know, give it a try, see what you think. Okay, so Scott Keeley is a negative on the Panasonic TV. He says that they made bad power boards, which went. What do you say? And the heat, and you get a lot of heat out of them. You know what? I've heard good and bad from both sides of the aisle on that. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Eric Brunhammer says, I have no air fryer. I'm also going to take the crock pot to work and start it out there. You could do the same thing in a toaster oven on the broil setting. You just need something to caramelize it because once you slow cook it in the crock pot, both the prunes and the raisins will pretty much turn into a paste anyway. You basically take that paste, you put it on the ham steak itself, and you just need something to caramelize. So you can put it in a toaster oven in the broil setting for a few minutes and have it cook on top of there. And that actually sounds pretty good to me. Just an FYI, guys, I'm only going to do 30 minutes tonight because I'm again losing my voice and I'm really tired tonight. Hopefully we can do more tomorrow, but I'm running on empty here right now. Sonic Wango, Sanyo makes good TVs for the price. Yeah, they're not too bad. Roses, a local discount store in the area, sells them, and never had any complaints from people I heard that bought them. Eric goes, probably just going to go old school and put potatoes and carrots in there since don't have much at work. You do what you have to. You know, I'm a big proponent of mixing it up, trying new recipes. You never know what'll work. Hey, something that sounds totally weird and gross can actually be really good once you try it. Mark Covington's here. I'm doing just fine, albeit a little tired. Sack said, I did a cold start on my 74 Cutlass, fired right up. That's always good when a carbureted vehicle starts up. They can be kind of finicky, especially in the cold weather. Pup Dog 101 goes, I love everything Sony. Me too. I used to have all Sony components for my stereo. I had a Sony TV for a while. Now I'm everything Onkyo. Onkyo. All right, tubers, I am going to end it here. I am running on empty right now. I am so tired. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream tonight. A little bit shorter than it normally is, but that's what happens sometimes. Please continue to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.